We want to say greetings to everybody on this Wednesday evening. We know we're a little bit behind the timeline, but but what happened is you have to submit in this time in your life to technology. You have to submit to technology, and so the internet was down. A little bit of wind going on. I guess it's affecting the power outages, and we're not getting everything. But I made sure that I was going to try to make sure I was here tonight, and so we want to say welcome to week number 8 as we talk about the spiritual pillar, disconnected but still believing. This is your man, Dr. Rory T. Edwards, and we're here on House Calls each and every week, 7:30, even though the time is a little bit elevated, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and we're going to jump right into it. So I want to take you somewhere different this week. I want to share a story with you. And there was a man who spent his entire life trying to find God. He wasn't lazy. He wasn't disconnected from what he thought was correct. He was absolutely committed to finding God. He went to churches, he went to temples, he went to mosques, he went to retreats. Everywhere he went, someone told him what to do. Pray like this, dress like this, speak like this, believe like this. And every time he tried. But because he believed in his mind and heart, if I follow correctly, I will finally arrive. So let me tell you what happened after that. Years passed, and one day, exhausted, he just gave up. He was like, you know what, I've gone the full lap, and he was exhausted, not physically, but spiritually searching, exhausted. He sat down and said, I've done everything everyone told me to do, and now I still feel disconnected. And then something unexpected happened. It was nothing. No voice, no instructions, no correction, just stillness. Just stillness. And for the first time in his life, he didn't reach outward. He sat and looked inward. So I'm going to say that again. He sat and looked inward. And in that moment, he realized God was never in the noise. God was in the space. So I'm going to say that again. What did he realize? God was never in the noise. God was in the space. The space he never gave permission to enter. And so, what do I do every week? As a doctor, in house calls, I'm going to give you the diagnosis. When I come into your house, I'm trying to fix you. I'm going to give you a diagnosis on what I have examined, and what I see is the ailment that's really affecting you. So, this is where you have to be honest. The spiritual pillar in the Empower 9 has been misunderstood. So when we talk about the spiritual pillar, most people attach it directly to religion, but it's been misunderstood. We reduce it to where you go, what you follow, who you listen to. But the spiritual alignment is not about external direction. It's about internal connection. So I'm going to say that again because I stumble a little bit over my words. But the true spiritual alignment is not about external direction. It's about internal connection, right? So we have been conditioned to look outward for validation, right? We look at stuff. We look at, okay, if I'm connected to this group, then I'm validated. No. Borrow belief instead of discovering it. We borrow belief instead of discovering it. So It may be somebody who's important in your life and your parents, and they guide you toward religion, and it's borrowed. It's borrowed. But instead of you discovering what really fits for you, you accept what's borrowed for you. You follow voices instead of listening within, and in doing so, you've built a strong routine, but there's a weak connection. And that weak connection is with the universe. There's a statement in the Kabbalah. That's a book, the Kabbalah. It says, what does it say? I had it right on the tip of my tongue, and I really look stupid right now, but so what? Let me let you know that I'm human. But it says, as is above, so is below. And then it says, as is below, so is above. Since I messed up and didn't catch it right off the top, I'm going to tell you to research that one more time. As is above, so is below. As is below, so is above. So let's talk about the first discussion point. Spirituality is connected, not compliance, right? So compliance says, do this and you'll be expected. Connection says you're already connected and accepted. Now you need to become aware. Spiritual growth is not about performing better, it's about becoming more aligned. And who are you aligning with? The all. See, most of us stop in our discovery at the universe, but the universe occupies space in the all. Now that's going to have to take you really to do some really deep research on the universal connections. But when we say it's in the universe is occupying space in the all. So I want you to remember that. But I want to give you a reflection prompt in this process also. Are you practicing something or actually experiencing something? So when you go, and celebrate whatever you do, are you practicing or are you experiencing? Now, what's the difference between practicing and experiencing? I'm going to make it short, but I want you to do your research because this is not about me building. I'm building myself every day, but I want you to build yourself every day. If you're practicing, you're just going through the motions. But if you're actually experiencing something, you are living it. You are changing your life. You are living it, right? So let's go to discussion point number 2. Why we keep adding instead of aligning. Most people don't need more sermons, more teachings, more instructions. They need less noise. Now, whatever you consider noise, I'm gonna let you decipher that, and I'm gonna let that marinate on your spirit. But you need less noise because every voice added pulls you further away from your own voice. So as you're trying to discover your spiritual connection, everybody you listen to gives you an opinion or an assessment of what's right is pulling you away from what you believe in your own cipher, what's right. So let me give you another reflection prompt off of that. What have you added to your spiritual life that may actually be distracting you from it? What have you added to your spiritual life that may actually be distracting you from connecting? Have you substituted something with someone? Have you substituted something with the scripture? Have you substituted something with what somebody else told you? That this is the best way for you to advance in your walk. Right? So let's go to discussion point number 3. The power of stillness in the spiritual pillar. Stillness is not empty. Most people say, well, if I'm still, I'm not building. It's empty. Yes, stillness is not empty. Stillness is where clarity lives. Stillness is where alignment happens. Stillness is where truth is no longer filtered through someone else's lens, But most people avoid stillness because stillness requires you to face yourself without without interruption. Because most of the times when we start to identify stillness, we are interrupted by a lot of things. We're interrupted about I got to get on Facebook to see who's liked my post. I got to check my voicemail to see who sent me a message. I got to go on Instagram to see who liked what I posted. You see, you're so worried about being accepted in the social media world that you don't even pay attention to you being accepted in your own world. Because if you don't operate in your own world within the stillness and take the messages from the universe, then you really never are aligned. You are really just moving all over trying to find the lane for you to navigate in. So let me give you a reflection prompt off of that. What are you avoiding by consistently surrounding yourself with noise? What are you afraid of addressing? What are you avoiding by consistently avoiding yourself with noise? So let me go to this. This is my closing message, but it's going to be a little longer than my previous closing messages. Let me give you the truth about the spiritual pillar. It is not owned by a building. It is not controlled by a system. It is not limited to one's interruption. It is experienced through alignment. Let me say that again. It's not owned by a building. It's not controlled by a system. It's not limited to one's interpretation. It's experienced through alignment. Some of you are not disconnected from God. You are disconnected from yourself. Because if God created you, if you believe God created you, God is in you. God is in you. You just believe that what you've been indoctrinated in is that God is a separate entity from you. No, that's just like you saying that you're a separate entity from your parents. No, they created you. So you are connected to them no matter how much you like it or dislike it. You are connected to them because it always has been in you. You just have to believe you're worthy of his plan for you. And as long as you stay disconnected from yourself, you will keep searching for something that has never left you. So as long as you keep searching for something, you will never discover what has never left you. So, I want to say this as my final line. Some of you don't need another teacher, you need stillness. Because your life is filled with noise that has nothing to do with who you are becoming. It's the voices, it's the opinions, it's the assessments, it's the distractions, it's the expectations, it's the it's the social media posts that tell you what you're supposed to become. But in somewhere in all of that, you lost your own purpose, your own self-assessment. Some of you have been away from your true foundation so long that the place shaped by presence, pressure, pain, and survival now feels like home. And not only have you accepted it, you started expecting others to accept it too. But let me be clear. Just because you've adjusted to your environment doesn't mean it was designed for you. Silence isn't empty. It's where you hear yourself again. So, this week, the spiritual pillar, I just want you to take 10 minutes a day. I want you to do this, 10 minutes a day. I want you, when you first get up, don't look at your phone. Don't listen to music. Don't listen to voice messages. Don't listen to anybody. If you stay with someone, if you are in a cohabitating circumstance, just go in the bathroom and close the door. Don't wake them. Just you. Sit, breathe, and listen. Not for something outside of you, not to get distracted by the phone, the music, the voices, the messages, the Instagram, the Facebook, things you missed during the night while your mind was at rest, but for what has been trying to speak within you your entire life. So many times we miss what's been trying to speak to us within our cipher for our entire life because we're so busy trying to keep up with society. Hopefully this has been very valuable to you tonight. I hope so. But you know, I try to bring value every time I do. We got one more week of the pillars, and we're gonna come back with an encore of all 9 pillars real quick and give you a synopsis. But this has been House Calls with your man, Dr. Rory T. Edwards. You can reach us. Send me an email at RoryTEdwards1 at gmail.com. Once again, Rory, RORYT, EDWARD1 at gmail.com. Or you may send us an email at the Rory T. Edwards Group .info at gmail.com. Or you may send us a message on our website, which is www.rorytedwards.com. I thank you for joining. I want to say what's up to my man Coop. Appreciate you, brother, for jumping in tonight, leaving your message. Truly appreciate what you're doing and how you're building what we're trying to, send to the people. Definitely check him out. And Coop, if you had put your branding title in there, I would push it up. So if you get to that before I finish this next 10 seconds, I will shout you out. And what we'll do is we'll see you next week as we address the final pillar, number 9, your environment. Your environmental pillar. Most people don't even pay attention to that, but you don't realize how important that is for you to survive, strive, and stay alive in your environmental pillar. But this has been your man, Dr. Rory T. Evans, and we thank you very much, and I appreciate you all for staying and connecting with me, even though we're a little late tonight due to weather technical difficulties. But as we always do, we're going to bring the message to you each and every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m., right here on Facebook Live. This is your man, Dr. Rory T. Edwards. Ashe. Be well.